We'll see if his Giants can do anything to quiet this New Orleans crowd today.
Yes, Joe Judge telling us everybody hates you on the road.
It's a good feeling.
Across the way, Sean Payton in his 15th season as Saints head coach. New Orleans won the toss. They defer. Former Giant Aldrick Rosas gets things started. C.J. Board is deep for New York. And Board will be taken down at the 15-yard line. So Daniel Jones and the Giants offense heads onto the field. 943 total yards on the ground and in the air. Most in any three-game span of his three-year NFL career.
And that's very encouraging for Giants fans. Also encouraging, not many turnovers during that three-game span. Protecting the football, gaining the yards, that's what they need from Daniel Jones.
Without wide receivers Sterling Shepard and Darius Slayton this afternoon. Saquon Barkley in the backfield. On 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line, this is Barkley. Nowhere to go as he gets bottled up. 2nd and 10 upcoming. Giants starting their 4th different left guard over their first 4 games.
Yeah, the Giants and Saquon Barkley, they're going to need that Giants offensive line to really put pressure on that Saints defensive front 7 and get the offense going.
On 2nd down off the fake to Barkley. Jones will take it out just shy of the 20-yard line. Setting up a 3rd down and 6 up against the 6th-ranked Saints defensive unit.
Yeah, and it all starts with Demario Davis, number 56, the man in the middle. He is the most underrated linebacker per Saquon Barkley. Says he can do everything. He can cover, he can tackle, and that defense has been stout and great because of him. Dennis Allen loves this mug. Bring all the linebackers up on the line of scrimmage. Try to confuse Daniel Jones in the coverage.
3rd down and 6. Giants must get to the 25. Pass was tipped. Drops incomplete. So the Giants go 3 and out. They will punt it away.
Well, not the start you want when you're on the road. But you see Daniel Jones under duress. C.J. Gardner-Johnson almost gets a sack. And then Tanoh Kpassagnon getting that hand up. He has been really, really active for the Saints. Sean Payton raved about his productivity.
Kpassagnon coming over from the Kansas City Chiefs. Riley Dixon punting from his 10-yard line. End-over-end kick fielded at the 38 by Deontay Harris. Setting up excellent field position for the Saints. 10 yards on the return. Only 4 times over the last 15 years here at the Dome, Drew Brees did not lead the Saints out onto the field. Brees now in our business, so it's Jameis Winston's offense.
It's the Jameis Winston show, and he was A-OK being the game manager, a little bit different from his Bucs days. Felt like he had to throw over 300 yards for them to have a chance to win. Different team, different identity, led by Demario Davis and that Saints defense and that offensive line and Alvin Kamara front.
Taysom Hill on the field, split out wide to the right from the 47-yard line with Kamara in the backfield.
Ready. Blue Items up.
On 1st down, it's Kamara into Giants territory, running hard for a gain of 6.
And speaking of Kamara, that's the workhorse. And he doesn't have the 15-yard, 20-yard explosive plays, but, man, he does everything for that offense. It revolves around him and really opens up the lanes for the wide receivers and Marquez Callaway and Adam Troutman. That's what they need. More Alvin Kamara, and then get the ball to the other playmakers.
Taysom Hill remains on the field. Both Kamara and Tony Jones Jr. in the backfield. Winston swings it out. This is Kamara. Down the sideline, he picks up a Saints 1st down. Kamara gains 10. Saints move the chains against the Giants defense led up front by Leonard Williams.
Yeah, Leonard Williams, you see the respect Sean Payton has Right now, he's trying to go to the perimeter. He's running off tackle because Leonard Williams, he's a game changer for that New York Giants defensive front.
Jones in the backfield from the 37-yard line on first down. And Winston's pass gets batted down by Dexter Lawrence. Giants without their signal caller. Blake Martinez suffered an injury early in the game last week against the Falcons.
Over 150 tackles last year, extremely productive. And, you know, we're looking at Joe Judge and Patrick Graham. They just talked about how much they miss him because it was the leadership, not just the productivity, but the leadership at that position to be able to call the plays. Everyone's looking for him to get them in and out and into the right defense.
2nd and 10 from the Giants 37. Winston was under pressure. Able to get rid of it, and a nice tackle. It's Lawrence again who makes the play to wrap up Tony Jones Jr. Loss of 3 on the play.
Great recognition. Dexter Lawrence, see him up at the top, and he recognizes, look, I'm not that great of a pass rusher, so if those offensive linemen are leaving me, I'm going to follow them. They're going to take me to the ball. Sure enough, he gets that tackle for loss and brings up a 3rd and long for the Saints.
Saints facing a 3rd down and 13.
Hey, Billy,
Winston sets on 3rd and long, and the pass underneath is short. Looking for the tight end, Juwan Johnson.
And that's exactly where Patrick Graham, defensive coordinator, that's where he wants this defense to live in, the 3rd and longs, because he loves a disguise coverage. He loves to have those 2 safeties back, and you don't know who's going to drop into the secondary, who's not. Had Jameis Winston had to do 1 pump, try to throw a check down, great 3rd down.
This would have been a 58-yard field goal attempt, so how big was that tackle for a loss by Dexter Lawrence? Perhaps Peyton would have sent out Rosas from 55.
That's huge. It saves points, potential points on the board, especially when you're on the road.
Instead, it's Blake Gillikin punting from midfield, and a fair catch called for at the 5-yard line by Jabril Peppers. So the Giants offense will head back out. The fans have returned. The Saints have returned to New Orleans. No score early. So it's Steve Gleason watching from the stands. Jones handing off. Saquon Barkley. Not much on first down. Saints spent a month on the road following Hurricane Ida. Set up shop in Dallas. Played their first regular season game against Green Bay in Jacksonville.
And the Saints have been through it so many times, having to relocate, that it was second nature. Sean Payton, the king of being able to relocate and get the team ready.
On 2nd and 10, Jones coming out of his end zone. Pass is caught by Kenny Golladay for a Giants first down out at the 19-yard line, a 13-yard pickup.
You know, let me tell you how big that is for the Giants. And Kenny Golladay winning the one-on-one matchup against Marshawn Lattimore. A little physical right there. I love that the officials let them play. But if they can have success on the outside, that's going to open up this defense on the inside and allow for Saquon Barkley to start gaining some yards.
Golladay coming over from the Detroit Lions. The rookie Kadarius Toney slot to the left. On first down, it's Barkley. Gains about a half yard. Saquon Barkley in his 4th game of the season, coming back from the major injury which kept him out of most of the 2020 season, played in only 2 games. 2nd down and 9. Jones fires downfield. He's looking for Toney. Put a little too much on it. Time for a game break. We head to Los Angeles. Carissa.
Thanks, Kenny. Lions, Bears, Justin Fields making his first career home start. Here he hands off to David Montgomery, who scores from 4 yards out, capping off a 12-play, 75-yard opening drive, looking to bounce back after last week's dismal performance. Bears leading this one 7-0. Kenny?
All right, thanks, Carissa. Good start for Chicago. Crowd on its feet. 3rd down and 9. Jones under pressure, throws it away. Kaden Elliss was in his face.
Really confusing, the offensive line. The Giants just haven't been able to get in sync up front. With the run game, they've been trying to get going with Saquon Barkley. Nothing doing. Too much push from that defensive front, and it's continuing to the third downs.
Fair catch signal made by Harris back at the 29-yard line. 51-yard kick. Pressure on Jones early. Terry Bradshaw's money. It's free to play. Enter now. Pick 6 outcomes from today's games for your chance at $100,000. Scan the QR code, download the app, and play for free. You know that Terry, the Louisiana native, is keeping an eye on this one as Kamara takes it out to the 35-yard line for a gain of 6.
Yeah, I think he's keeping a closer eye on his money, though,
yes.
Kenny. I don't think he wants anyone to win that too easily. Look at Alvin Kamara and what he's been to the Saints. You say 31 TDs in 30 career games. To try to put that into real metrics, that's better than any other position player aside from maybe one in the NFL right now. That's how awesome he is for the Saints.
Second down and 4. It's Kamara. Looks to be just shy.
And what I love about Alvin Kamara and Sean Payton, it was like a match made in heaven. The way that they use Alvin Kamara, it's not that it's just run left, run right. They try the screens with him. They try him out in the backfield. Every time he's on the field, he has the ability to take it the distance, and every defensive coordinator recognizes that. It makes it so hard to call a defense when you have someone like Kamara that can line up literally anywhere and take it to the house.
Franchise record 21 touchdowns last season, including 6 in one game. This is Tony Jones Jr. He picks up the Saints' first down out to the 41.
Yeah, I remember that game. They ran all over the Minnesota Vikings, correct? Yeah, they ran all over them. Whew. That was a beatdown. That game, you also got a really good look at the offensive line for the Saints and how good they are, how good they can be. And we're looking at Leonard Williams, that defensive front. They're going to have to hold their own. If the Saints' defensive front is going to come to play, they have to match that tempo and match that intensity.
Yellow 20. Hey, opposite. Ready. Blue 80%.
From the 41 off the fake to Kamara. Catch is made by Taysom Hill. Hill crosses midfield and picks up another Saints first down.
Taysom Hill, everyone's used to seeing him as a quarterback. There was a quarterback battle in training camp. Jameis Winston gets the nod, but Taysom Hill is just a football player. That's what Sean said. He's not just a decoy when he's out there. They're going to get him the ball in space. They're going to use him in blocking because he's a really good football player. You see the athleticism as he gets out in the open and gets the first down.
Taysom Hill does so many things for this Saints squad.
Yeah. Lined up top.
There's Kamara. Sean Payton telling us that if anything were to happen to Winston during the game, because Hill does so many things, Trevor Siemian would come on at quarterback. But if you had a week to prepare, if something were to happen to Jameis Winston, then the following week it would be Taysom Hill.
And it makes sense. He said it's like losing 2 players if we try to put Taysom Hill at quarterback if Jameis Winston gets hurt, because you see him line up at the tight end position, fullback position, wide receiver position. Now you remove that and then you lose that part of your offense the rest of the game. See Kamara going out in motion.
Saints empty the backfield, second down and 7. Winston complete, it's Harris. Deontay Harris has a New Orleans first down to the Giants. 36, a gain of 9.
Man, they better be careful because Deontay Harris is lightning quick. And you get, every time I see him touch the ball, I hold my breath because he's explosion. Those first 3 steps, he gets out of there and you're like, uh-oh, he could take it the distance. So be very, very mindful if I'm a Giants defender about this guy. Really fast.
Went to the Pro Bowl as a returner 2 seasons ago.
Ready. Color.
Those speed guys always scared me, Kenny.
Blue lady, what's up?
From the 36 on first down, it's Jones. We mentioned Blake Martinez out, so Tate Crowder wearing the green dot as the Giants signal caller once again this afternoon for head coach Joe Judge. No Shepard, Slayton, Ben Bredesen is out, and for the Saints, a couple of offensive linemen not in uniform today, Teron Armstead and Eric McCoy.
And Joe Judge learned that next man up mentality from Bill Belichick. Gave us a great story about how he was running behind Bill Belichick talking about so-and-so's not going to play so-and-so, and Bill just turns around and says, figure it out.
Message short and simple. Belichick hasn't been in the news at all this week, has he?
No, not at all.
His team's off this week, right?
Yeah, are they playing? I think they're playing tonight.
Tom Brady's return to Foxborough.
Yeah, and that'll be the only emotion I think Tom Brady has never felt. The emotion of nostalgia, right? Going back, he's going to have the memories. And look, we know what type of professional he is, but I'm excited to see that game.
Just like when you returned to face the Jets, right?
No, not in the least.
They're down in 3.
No nostalgia.
Mark 48, Mark 48, blue lady. Blue lady, what's up?
Saints must get to the 26. Winston can't find anyone. Now he throws, and it's dropped by
nice
Jones.
play.
Broken up. Logan Ryan getting a piece of it.
Give credit to that Giants front four. They're getting pressure up front. Jameis Winston, first option isn't there. As they chase him down, it was a good play by Jameis, and even better play by Logan Ryan. Knocked that ball out. Logan Ryan, their vocal leader on defense, as they're going to go for it on fourth down.
Would have been a 47-yard attempt.
What's the ball? Ready?
Fourth down and 3. Saints send in an extra blocker. Will Clapp looking to draw the Giants offside. And now the Saints call timeout.
They almost had him.
So what will Sean Payton do here?
Prior to the delay of game, timeout, New Orleans. It's a 30-second timeout.
You know, the way that defensive line jumped, I could have sworn Cesar Ruiz, somebody was going to go and try to touch him and get that offsides.
So you know Sean Payton as well as anyone. You go for it here, or do you kick?
No, kick, take the points. If I'm Sean Payton, I would take the points. And because I said that, Jameis Winston is still out there and they're going for it on fourth down.
Yes, that is not what Sean is going to do. Leaves the offense out on the field.
Does the exact opposite. And I remember the time sitting on the sideline saying, just kick the field goal. What are we doing?
So instead of attempting a 47-yard field goal, Saints line up for their 10th play of this drive.
Blue lady, what's up?
Fourth down and 3. The pitch to Kamara. It's close.
It's close. It's close. All right, he's going. He's going. Knee is not down yet. He extends. Oof, that's close. Oh,
He was ruled short.
He was short.
It will be Giants football. So the Giants defense stopping Alvin Kamara on fourth down. Kamara stopped short. Saints offense crossed midfield twice. They've come away with no points. Big play by Dexter Lawrence of the Giants during the first New Orleans possession. And now the Giants stop Kamara on fourth down.
Giants defense has stepped up big. They've played very well. They've kept the crowd out of it. That's exactly what Joe Judge wants. Let's see what happens with the offense as they try to get this run game going.
Barkley only 1 yard on his first 3 carries. Jones with time. Connects with Golladay. There is a flag. It's against the Giants, negating the 18-yard pass play.
It looks like they're signaling offensive pass interference. C.J. Gardner-Johnson is saying it.
Offense, number 19, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Penalties have been an issue for the Giants, fourth most in the league over the first 3 weeks.
Kenny Galladay, they stack the wide receivers. Yeah, that's too easy. And really, Kenny Galladay just has to understand he has the right of way. So if he makes a stem inside, get Gardner-Johnson's leverage back inside and get back outside, you still get the completion.
Sets the Giants back 10 yards, 1st and 20 from their 16-yard line. Jones swings it out. Barkley looks to spin away, but he will lose 4 yards as we head to Los Angeles for another game break. Carissa.
Thanks, Kenny. Here's a fun fact. Who's leading the league in rushing touchdowns? That guy, Sam Darnold. 3rd and goal, running the option, keeps it for himself. Tell your friends, we're all tied at 7.
Sam Darnold and the unbeaten Carolina Panthers.
They look good. They are fast. They get after the quarterback. Even without Christian McCaffrey, still finding a way to score touchdowns. They are going to be a problem late in the season in the NFC South.
Second down at 24. Jones again under pressure. Out to the 19-yard line, Devontae Booker.
Cam Jordan at the bottom, putting just enough pressure on Daniel Jones. Might have gotten that ball out a little earlier than he wanted to for the screen. Regardless, brings up a 3rd and long. Definitely not where they wanted to be. And, you know, they're missing Sterling Shepard. He was their 3rd down go-to wide receiver. So I'm going to see what Daniel Jones goes to now.
6 DBs for the Saints. 3rd down at 18. Jones underneath, Kadarius Toney. And Toney will be close to a first down. The rookie out of Florida, 1st-round pick, weaving his way through the Saints defensive unit.
And he got it.
He did pick up the first.
Got the first. Joe Judge said they wanted to expand his role in the offense. Kadarius Toney is going, looks like he's about to run a simple flat route, and then look at Will Hernandez, gets a nice block on Kaden Ellis. Kyle Rudolph is out there helping out as well, and that's that speed and explosion I talked about. Kadarius Toney, really good for that offense.
So Toney able to convert on 3rd down and 18. Here's Toney again, and Joe Judge did tell us the other day we need to get Toney the ball more. 4 receptions over the first 3 games, and a big first down for the Giants rookie a moment ago.
Yeah, and that speedster, what it does for the defense, or how it affects the defense, is you have to now start being a little more passive when you're a corner or a safety, knowing he can run right by you, and he's getting all those underneath routes because of it.
Final minute, 1st quarter, 2nd down and 6. Up the middle, Barkley, his best run of the day, Giants 1st down. Out to the 48-yard line.
I like it. I like it. Jason Garrett, it's perimeter pass, and then now right up the gut, going against one of the best linebackers in the game, Demario Davis. And what I liked about Saquon's run was there was no dancing. He saw the hole, and he hit it full speed, get those tough yards.
Giants will not get the playoff. Clock expires. 1st quarter comes to an end with the Saints back at home in New Orleans. No score. Some of Jonathan Vilma's friends in attendance today here at the Dome.
Those are my boys. We had lots of fun together. Lots and lots of fun. I don't know about them specifically, Kenny, but just the fans in general.
Fans back in the Dome. Biggest crowd here since the wild card game against the Vikings back in January of 2020. Joe Judge's Giants. A couple of big plays on the defensive side and a huge play on 3rd down and 18. by Kadarius Toney to keep this drive alive. As we begin the second quarter, play action on first down as Jones fires, connects with Golladay, and Kenny Golladay takes it to the Saints 25-yard line. Another Giants first down, a 23-yard pickup.
Kenny Golladay, he's sitting on the outside and he's going to run up, and this is called a dig route, about 16 yards, and it cuts right inside. That has been Daniel Jones' best throw all season long.
From the 25 on first down, Barkley cuts to the outside, turns the corner, and is forced out of bounds after a gain of 7.
And again, going back to the end of the first quarter, Jason Garrett is calling a really good game right now. It started with they tried to get up the gut. The defensive line for the Saints, too much pressure. Then Jason Garrett said, okay, I have some speedsters on the outside. Let me get Golladay involved, Toney involved. As soon as he did that, it started opening up the inside just a little bit, creating that play action for Daniel Jones.
Second down and 3. Barkley again cuts to the outside. Knocked out of bounds by Pete Werner. A yard shy of the marker.
And I referenced Kenny Daniel Jones, that dig route, that play action dig route that he just completed. That's one of his best throws, and you see what he's done inside the pocket when he throws on time. A little play action, reads the defense, one hitch and throws that football. It's been lights out. It's been amazing. It's when he's outside the pocket where he waits a little too long.
Third down and 1 as Jones sets, and then he throws it away.
Now that one's actually, it's incomplete, and it goes against Daniel Jones, but that was really good coverage by the New Orleans Saints, and that was a good decision by Daniel Jones. Don't take the sack, you're in field goal range, and then don't turn the football over.
So here's Graham Gano, who has connected on 37 consecutive field goal attempts, tied for the 4th longest streak in National Football League history. This will be a 35-yard attempt from the right hash. Dixon places it down, and Gano's streak comes to an end.
I knew you jinxed him. As soon as that graphic showed, you jinxed him.
You're blaming me for the graphic?
Yes, I'm blaming you for everything, Kenny.
We remain scoreless. Gano, wide left. Last time the Giants and Saints met in New Orleans, 2015, 101 combined points.
Oh, disgusting.
Still no score today.
Yes, this is so much better for your defensive guy. No, that was the 52-49 game. And boy, both quarterbacks, Eli Manning, Drew Brees, just had a whale of a time on those defenses.
Saints have entered Giants territory on each of their first 2 possessions. Came away with nothing. Pass caught by Deontay Harris as we take you back to November of 2015. Drew Brees and Eli Manning combining for 13 touchdown passes, 7 for Brees. He was the last quarterback to throw 7 touchdown passes in one game in the NFL. Saints win it on a late field goal, 52-49. 4th most combined points in a game in NFL history.
I can happily say I was not part of that defense.
I know you were not. Second down and 4. Here's Kamara. How does that feel for a defensive player? You give up 49, but you win the game.
It's one of those where you're happy you won, but you're not going out to celebrate. There's really not much to celebrate. And you're really just bracing for the next day in meetings where you're like, oh, we got to watch this thing all over. And, you know, I've been a part of a couple of those. It's not a great feeling, but you always take the win.
Meanwhile, the offense is throwing parties all week long.
Yeah.
After scoring 52.
It's a team effort, but they still walk around like they're a little bit better than us. You know, we had that feeling before all week.
New set of downs for the Saints.
Here we go. I'm on blue.
From the 35-yard line. Winston pulls it in, rolling right. And then the pass is a bit behind the intended receiver, Deontay Harris.
Yeah, it's good coverage The Giants did a good job. As soon as Jameis Winston started to scramble, they automatically went to plaster. And that means the guy you have, you stay with him. Don't look back at the quarterback and where he's trying to scramble to. Just stay with your guy all the way down, and that's what caused that incompletion.
You know, it was interesting in chatting with Jameis Winston. He said, I'm learning a new way to win. I'm a game manager. You alluded to this earlier, and he said in the past, if I didn't throw for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns during his Tampa days, we weren't winning.
And that adjustment is what's going to be a work in progress.
Blue 80%.
2nd and 10 off the fake to Kamara. This is Harris. Goes to 45, first down and more. Logan Ryan finally brings him down in Giants territory, so Harris able to pick up 18.
And Harris is doing what's called a fly motion, going across the field. They kind of lose track of him, right? Alvin Kamara is up the gut. Everyone knows about him. But I'm telling you, he is a playmaker. He is always 1 foot in the ground and out the gate for a touchdown. Something special.
Ready.
His 3rd catch today.
Yellow 20, yellow 20. Ready. Blue 80%.
From the Giants 47, it's Kamara, gains a couple to the 45-yard line. And Winston also told us first time he was ever in an NFL stadium was right here at the Dome. He was 13 years of age, attended a football camp, Steve Clarkson quarterback camp back in 2007, and then you fast forward to 2015, his first win as an NFL starter with Tampa Bay right here in the Dome.
He even remembered the AstroTurf that was here. He was like, I had to switch to my tennis shoes. I couldn't play in cleats on the AstroTurf.
Also remember that he was named the MVP.
You know he won't forget that.
No. 2nd down and 8. It's Jones. Jones to the Giants 43-yard line. And Jones is shaken up.
Yeah.
First year back out of Notre Dame. Tried to hobble off to the sidelines and then back down to the turf.
He's that tough change of pace running back for Alvin Kamara.
No score, back in a moment. Key injuries, but they hope to get some of those players back in the coming weeks. 3rd down and 5. Saints must get to the Giants 37, and they will not, thanks to the tackle made by Adoree Jackson.
Now Sean deliberating again. Is he going to go for it on 4th down? Kind of in no man's land.
Sends out the field goal unit. This will be a 58-yard attempt. He elected not to send out Rosas from 58 back in the first quarter. His career long is 57.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did a pooch punt out of this.
Here's Rosas from 58. It is wide to the right.
Had the leg, Kenny.
He missed 2 in Foxborough last week. Went to the Pro Bowl as a Giant back in 2018. We remain scoreless in the Dome. Sean Payton spent 4 seasons on the Giants sideline, offensive coordinator. Now in his 15th season with the Saints, Super Bowl with Vilma back in the 2009 season. So on the first possession today, elects to punt instead of attempting a 58-yard field goal. On the last drive, they do kick from 58. Rosas wide to the right. No weather, no elements. Do you think it was too early in the game to not want to give the Giants great field position on that first drive?
I think it's part of that, and then the ebb and flow of the game. Wanted to set the tone early. Now he wants to take the points.
So now the Giants start from their 48. Play action, and then Jones goes deep, and the catch is made, and then Ross, it's ruled a touchdown. He crossed the plane before he lost the football. So John Ross the former Cincinnati Bengal first-round pick in his first game with the Giants, on the receiving end of a 52-yard touchdown pass from Daniel Jones.
And the first thing on the scouting report that you read about John Ross, fast, super duper fast. Look how he just blows by. Is that Paulson Adebo? Yeah, they like Paulson Adebo, but he has to understand when you're dealing with real speed, that is blow you by out the water speed, and that is, I don't know if that's a touchdown.
Now all scoring plays are reviewed. It was ruled a touchdown on the field. The question is, did the ball come out before he crossed the plane?
From that angle, I couldn't tell.
Now he did fall on it in the end zone.
Correct, but it definitely wasn't a fumble. So him falling on in the end zone, I wouldn't worry about that. I'd love to see, did he cross the plane first? All right, so right there, he has the ball.
Let's welcome in Mike Pereira from Los Angeles. Mike, what did you see?
Well, I'll tell you what, to me, it does.
Even if it came out before it crossed the plane, Ross fell on it in the end zone.
Right, I wanted to see how many steps did he take with the football to show that it was a completion, and then, again, the ball getting stripped out. At first, I thought there weren't enough steps for him to call it a catch, and it would have been incomplete, but that looks like he completed the catch, fumble, recovered it in the end zone, and they confirmed it. They're about to kick the extra point.
So the call stands. And Graham Gano's extra point is good. An explosive play after the Saints missed a 58-yard attempt. Daniel Jones, 52 yards to John Ross, 7-0 Giants. 52-yard touchdown reception. Giants take the lead.
And just in case anyone doesn't know about John Ross and how fast he is, he set the record at the NFL Combine, 4.2240. That is blazing. Blink, and he's by you. So you've got to read the scouting report, Paulson Adebo, and back up. Nice touchdown, nice play call, Jason Garrett. They've been on Jason Garrett all week, actually all season, right? They don't stretch the field. They activate John Ross, and this is what you get.
How about this? He has 52 career catches. 11 have gone for touchdowns.
Wow. I like that percentage. I wish like my tackles to touchdown ratio was something like that too.
So Jonathan, we have been told that the call of touchdown was confirmed because of the recovery.
That's correct. It was a completion.
The officials ruled that he did not cross the plane before the ball was knocked loose because he recovered. Then he recovered his cleat as well.
He ran himself out of his shoes.
That is why the call stood.
Yes, and it makes perfect sense. That was a great call, great review by the officials. Now for the Saints, offensively, take a page out of Jason Garrett and what he's done with the Giants. They've used their speed on the outside, on the perimeter. I would start to do that more. They've tried a little bit with Deontay Harris, and then it'll open it up for Alvin Kamara up the gut.
Same start from the 25. It's Kamara. Good second effort. Gain of 8. Out to the 33-yard line. Finally brought down by Xavier McKinney. The Saints have been across midfield on all 3 of their possessions.
Yeah, that's going to bother Sean Payton. That's where you win, right? You're across, you're an opponent's side, you're not capitalizing. That's going to put pressure on your defense. And now you see what happens. One play, and you're talking a 7-0 game.
A punt, stopped on 4th down, and then a missed field goal from 58 yards out. 2nd down and 2. Kamara brought down by Austin Johnson. Stopped short. Good start for this Giants defense today.
Yeah, and the Giants, the defense has been playing better and better each week. They lost against the Falcons last week, but they did a really good job defensively, and now they've been able to stop the run. They've been getting after Kamara. You see the defensive line, Leonard Williams leading the charge, running to the football, and they keep playing like that and packing in the secondary. It's going to be tough for the Saints. And, you know, defensive coordinator Patrick Graham, he is by far the best interview I've had all year long, and it shows right now with that defense.
Yes, he is always entertaining, and now Kamara going up against that Giants defense. Picks up a first down. Now on the other side, the Saints, big win over Green Bay and Jacksonville, lost to Carolina, beat the Patriots. Sean Payton told us, and he told his team, I don't want to be a yo-yo team. He showed the Saints a video on Wednesday of, as he described it, the greatest yo-yo person in the world, and had a yo-yo placed in every player's locker.
80 yo-yos he went and got to make sure that the message got through to the team.
You could not find a yo-yo in New Orleans. Sean Payton and his staff brought the ball up. Catch made by Deontay Harris. And Harris picks up the Saints' first down.
And it's not necessarily a yo-yo team. This hasn't been bad for the Saints offensively. It's just that they haven't capitalized when they get across the 50.
Top of the league in some offensive categories, towards the bottom in others.
And that one game against the Panthers, record low in yards offensively, that'll, you know, set you back about 8 weeks.
Winston moving to his right. Catch is made in Giants territory by Chris Hogan, the New Jersey native, two-time Super Bowl champ with the Patriots. Down to Sarah.
You know, Kenny, you've been talking about Jameis Winston and his approach. He said when he was at Tampa, when you're drafted #1 overall, you feel like you have to go and do everything, and that's not what the Saints are asking for us. Sean Payton told us the tremendous pressure on that position. He said he wants that pressure on him. Jameis says there's so many times I want to take a shot, but I don't, because I trust that Sean's going to give me another good play.
And now it's Taysom Hill who takes the snap with Winston split out wide to the left. And Leonard Williams comes up to make the tackle along with Reggie Ragland.
Yeah, and it's a good point by Sarah, because you saw in that game against Carolina, referencing week 2 of the season, they get blown out. He throws 2 very poor throws that were intercepted, and it was his mindset, like, oh, I have to go out and do this and make this play. And it's like, no, relax. It's okay if you just go for 150, 200 yards, no interceptions or fumbles, we can win.
3rd down and 2. Winston's pass is caught for a first down by the tight end, Juwan Johnson. So the Saints move the chains, gain of 5.
And Jameis Winston raved about Juwan Johnson. He's the guy, converted wide receiver, now a tight end. He's a guy that he wants to have matched up against the safeties. He feels like he has the speed to break away from him, as you saw that under route, and he has the ability and the size to body out those safeties for those catches. He thinks he's due for a breakout game, so we'll see what happens.
From the 39, first down. It's Kamara spinning inside the 30-yard line.
Oh, there's a flag in the area the Saints fans don't want. Looks like offensive holding.
Holding. Offense. Number 74. 10-yard penalty. First down.
That's on James Hurst, the left tackle. First New Orleans penalty today.
James Hurst, he's the backup in for Teron Armstead, and he's going up against Austin Johnson right in your screen, and he is pulling on that shoulder pad. That's as clear as day, and it stings. He wouldn't have made the play, but you got to call it. Good call by the officials. Sets the offense back, but again, what you said, right, Kenny? They're in plus territory, not capitalizing.
Taysom Hill again will take the snap. Dwayne Washington in the backfield. Kamara had been in for every play since the Jones injury. First down and 20. Hill gets rid of it. It's Washington. And Reggie Ragland brings him down at the Giants' 43.
you know, as a defender, as a defensive coordinator, this is not as gimmicky or surprise anymore than last year or years prior, because Taysom Hill is in there so much. Defensive coordinator Patrick Graham, he knows the package that they're going to run. He's going to be outside a couple times. He'll be at quarterback a couple times. And there's only a few plays, limited amount of plays that he can run while he's in there. Giants defense ready for it. They've answered the bell the whole time.
Winston takes the snap, second down and 14, hands it off to Washington.
Tough run.
Wade Washington to the 38-yard line, so a third down and long coming up for the Saints on their fourth trip into Giants territory, but they have not come away with any points.
And I have yet to see them stretch the field, either with Deontay Harris, Juwan Johnson we talked about. And I understand being conservative, and it makes sense. You have a really, really good defense. But I would want to test those corners and those safeties. Deontay Harris lines up top.
Hey, rim.
Juwan Johnson goes in motion. Let's see if they stretch it upfield.
10th play of the drive, third down and 9. Must get to the Giants 29 for a first down as Winston throws, and a diving catch is made by Ty Montgomery for a Saints first down, 19 yards, longest play of the day for the Saints offense.
And that's what they needed, Kenny. Ty Montgomery running what's called an over route. He just basically takes the inside position and runs away from his coverage and the safety. And that diving catch, that was what was needed for the Saints offense.
2-minute warning from the Dome in New Orleans. Giants lead by 7, Saints on the move. Giants defense has played well today, but over their first 3 games, they've allowed a touchdown in the final 2 minutes of the first half in each and every one of them.
And that's frankly where they've lost the games. First half, 2 minute last week against the Falcons.
First and 10 from the 19-yard line. Here's Kamara. Kamara takes it all the way down to the Giants' 11. And Joe Judge told us, he said to his team, we must finish the game over the first 59 minutes, not just the final minute.
Right. And Joe Judge mentioned it. Patrick Graham mentioned it. They both said in 2 minutes, that's where you need to trust your technique. It's technique time. You can't sit there and now get enamored with the clock or try to do anything out of the ordinary. Just continue what you've been doing. It's been good defense so far. Finish it off at the end.
Second down and 2. Saints have 2 timeouts remaining. Kamara tackled from behind by Logan Ryan.
Nice play.
Gained a yard. It will be third down and 1.
No, Logan Ryan coming off the edge. That was a really good play, holding him. Now it's a third down, and you see the last time they shut out an opponent, Washington, and you could see the progression week after week of how they've been getting better. And you know, the 0-3, that's all that anyone talks about. But this defense is not a bad defense. They are good.
Taysom Hill will take the snap.
They usually like to run a quarterback power.
Third down and 1. There is a flag as Hill picks up a first down inside the Giants' 5. But we will check with the referee, Brad Rogers.
Illegal formation. Offense. Number 41 covered up number 64, who reported as an eligible receiver. 5-yard penalty, third down.
Now Brad Rogers heads over for a chat with Sean Payton.
Timeout. New Orleans, their second. It's a 30-second timeout.
29. Another conversation between Sean Payton and the referee, Brad Rogers.
Good.
Mike Pereira, tell us about the penalty call.
Well, to me, it is an illegal formation. If number 64, which he said he did, reported as ineligible, then Kamara has to stop before he gets to the line of scrimmage. But he comes all the way onto the line of scrimmage, thus he's covering number 64, who's eligible, and that is an illegal formation.
All right, thanks, Mike. So it sets the Saints back 5 yards to the 15-yard line. 3rd down and 6. Winston from the shotgun. Winston throws. End zone. Touchdown. Juwan Johnson. Jameis Winston has completed his last 7 pass attempts. 3rd touchdown of the season for the New Jersey native, Juwan Johnson. The extra point is good. Saints have tied things up 7 apiece.
Juwan Johnson's on the outside and finally gets one-on-one with Jabril Peppers. And I tell you, Jameis Winston, first option, he stares him down, and what a move. That stick at the top freezes Jabril Peppers. The one-on-one that he wanted, him against the safety, that is a mismatch, and Juwan Johnson exploits it. Great throw, great catch, and Saints tied this game up.
Juwan Johnson with 6 receptions this season. He's reached the end zone 3 times.
And he said he was due for a breakout game. That's what Jameis said. As we see Logan Ryan looking. Now, it wasn't his fault. You can try and lean that way, but that's going to be a tough cover for Jabril Peppers. If they continue to do that one-on-one, him against Juwan, I see Juwan winning that most of the time.
13 plays, 75 yards. The Saints finally capitalized their 4th trip across midfield, and the Giants allow a touchdown in the final 2 minutes of the first half for the 4th straight game. Saturday, a massive top 5 showdown. Headlines a big noon doubleheader on Fox. The big noon kickoff crew live from Iowa City at 10 a.m. Eastern before Maryland takes on Ohio State at noon. Then at 4 Eastern, the game of the weekend. Number 4, Penn State. Number 5, Iowa. It's a huge big noon Saturday on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
That Penn State-Iowa game is going to be awesome. It'll be one for the ages. Watch both of those teams just in passing on Saturday, see what they look like. And Iowa's got the solid defense, and Penn State, they have athletes everywhere, man. That defensive front for them is really good, really salty.
I know you'll be checking out both games.
Oh, yes.
23 seconds remaining. Giants have all 3 timeouts. There is a flag as the pass is dropped by Tony.
Yeah, it looks like holding on the offense. Demario Davis comes under pressure.
Holding offense. Number 67. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Yeah, they're counting. That's Matt Skura, left guard. He's going to be the one holding on Demario Davis. And I mean, it gets that's too easy. Demario Davis, we talked about how underrated he is as a linebacker. That swim move, that's about as quick and as explosive as any 3-technique defensive tackle you get. Gets the holding penalty, backs him up, and you know, I can see them running the football and just get out of this half.
By the way, Jonathan, I hope you did not have Daniel Jones on your fantasy team, because they took the touchdown pass away officially because the ball was stripped from Ross at the 1-yard line. It goes in the books. For those of you scoring at home, as a fumble recovery in the end zone. Verizon halftime coming up with Kurt, Terry, Howie, and Michael. Defensive showdown in Dallas. Justin Fields now the starter for the Bears. And it's been a long time since Washington has beaten Atlanta. Giants use a timeout.
Only in fantasy football could you be happy for a touchdown and then Matt had a touchdown in the same play.
I mean, you do get the completion and the 51 yards,
No,
right?
but you want the touchdown. That's where the points come.
Absolutely. Second down and 3. Giants still have 2 timeouts remaining. Jones takes off. Out of bounds across midfield. Time for one last play.
Yeah, the Saints smartly had press coverage. All their corners were up. They had Marcus Williams back as a safety, and Daniel Jones recognizes that, scrambles out. You may get, maybe one shot into the end zone, too far away for a field goal.
But not for Justin Tucker. This would be a 66-yard attempt. The Ravens, Tucker connected from this distance.
Good one. I would put him on my fantasy team.
Yes.
Ricky.
And now a timeout taken by the Saints. Daniel Jones and the Giants looking for their first victory.
Daniel Jones has been really good. He's been able to decipher defenses a lot better this year, hasn't turned the ball over. And what I love is as soon as he steps up in the pocket, that ball is coming out. That means he's very confident where he's going. He knows the throw. He knows the defense. And that's very encouraging if you're a Giants fan to see that and see him keep getting better and better each week. Now, if I'm a defender, I'm the Saints, I may need to start disguising a little bit more as he understands those defenses.
Saints will get the ball first following halftime. Final play of the half, barring a defensive penalty. As Jones airs it out, fires downfield, it is picked off. Intercepted by Marcus Williams as the first half comes to an end. His second interception of the season. Halftime from the Caesars Superdome. Giants Saints tied at 7 as we head to Los Angeles for the Verizon halftime with Kurt and the gang. Tied at 7 as we get set for the second half. Kenny Albert along with Jonathan Vilma. Last 6 times these teams have met, there's been an average of 68 points per game. I know as a defensive guy, you're a lot more happier today.
This has been great, watching two defenses really come into their own, tackling well, running to the ball well. So offensively for both sides, it's almost a mirror image as far as how you need to attack these defenses. Keep pressing the perimeter with your speedy wide receivers, and then get those household names going in Saquon Barkley and Alvin Kamara.
Giants scored first, Saints with a touchdown in the final 2 minutes of the second quarter. And now New Orleans will get the ball first. Deontay Harris back deep. Saints will start from their 25-yard line. Sarah.
Kenny, I talked to Joe Judge, and he said that they have to stop the chunk plays in this one. And he also said that he voiced his frustration about finishing drives, something we've heard him harp on before. As for Sean Payton, he said overall they knew that this Giants team was going to take some shots like what we saw out of Ross there in the first half. And he also said that this is a Giants defense that is going to force them to be patient. By the way, Tony Jones Jr. is questionable with an ankle, but Payton told me we may not see him again today.
All right, thanks very much, Sarah. Jameis Winston and the Saints will start from their 25-yard line. Taysom Hill on the field as well.
Yeah.
Off the fake to Kamara. Winston with time. Fires downfield. And the catch is made by Marquez Callaway. In Giants territory, biggest play of the day for the Saints, 58 yards.
What a setup. Mark goes all the way. Look at the speed. Runs right by James Bradbury, runs right by the secondary. And Jameis Winston, that's what they brought him in for. He has a live arm. It is a big arm. Gets the ball, puts it right in the bucket. I mean, that's as good as the Russell Wilson throws that we see and the Aaron Rodgers throws that we see. Right after they say they need chunk plays, they go right over the top of the defense.
Callaway remains down. Longest pass play of the season for the Saints. Only their 4th play of 20-plus yards over their first 4 games.
Good thing he's up.
Callaway back on his feet. New Orleans still without Michael Thomas, one of the top receivers in the league. They hope to have all 7 of these players back over the next few weeks.
And I was going to say, to your point about the big plays, they have these big playmakers that aren't out there yet. And Michael Thomas is obviously the biggest one. When you get him back, that just opens up the defense. Yes, it opens up the defense because you have to think one-on-one or roll coverage that way to leave one-on-one coverage on the other side.
Callaway to the sidelines. 1st and 10 from the Giants' 17. Winston complete. And taking it down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line, it's Chris Hogan.
Yeah, dragging a couple defenders. Adoree Jackson went along for the ride for a couple yards. And red zone has been where the Saints have been outstanding. When you talk about, well, how come they're winning these games if they can't run the ball or throw the ball? It's because they are very, very good. 2nd best in the league right now in red zone TD percentage.
8 touchdowns and 9 possessions. You saw Winston head to the sidelines.
Yep, and there's nothing new. This is where you get a lot of gadget plays for Taysom Hill in the red zone. They love that quarterback sweep and quarterback power.
2nd down and 1. It's Hill. Taysom Hill picks up the Saints' first down, still going.
Wow.
Hill spins to the goal line. He's in. Touchdown.
Are you kidding me, Kenny? Are you kidding me, Kenny? He broke 7 tackles on that play. Quarterback power, first one to greet him. Tay Crowder, you think that he would wrap him up. He's bowling over linebackers, D lineman. Adoree Jackson wants no part of it. Wow. What a run by Taysom.
Rosas adds the extra point. The Saints have their first lead of the afternoon. A 2nd and 3rd and 4th and 5th effort by Taysom Hill. 14-7 New Orleans. Only 3 plays. Taysom Hill into the end zone. And Jonathan, this is what coaches love when they defer at the start of the game. Saints score their first touchdown in the final minute of the 2nd quarter. And they reach the end zone again on their opening drive in the 2nd half.
Capturing the momentum, gets the crowd back into it, and you saw how deflated the Giants defense looked after that touchdown.
Saints scoring 14 points in 1:59. Coming soon on Fox.
It's a WWE coronation when the King of the Ring and the inaugural Queen's Crown Tournament kick off the season premiere of Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8 Eastern on Fox.
Friday Night SmackDown this Friday. There's Taysom Hill
laying a smackdown of his own on that touchdown run.
All smiles on the Saints sideline. Giants trailed for the first time today. Go to work from their 25-yard line. Off the play fake, Jones fires. Catch is made by Kadarius Toney, quieting the crowd. First down out to the 43-yard line, an 18-yard connection.
Nice response by Daniel Jones. Kadarius Toney in that cut split. And you see he's going against best on best, right? And you have their best corner, one of the best corners, Paulson Adebo, up there. He can't keep up with that speed. These guys are fast on the outside for the Giants.
Adebo, the rookie out of Stanford. From the 44-yard line on first down. 1 yard for Barkley. Demario Davis made the tackle.
Now, the more I look at these two teams, It's almost like looking at mirror images because they're both playing good defense. They both have some speedy wide receivers. Demario Davis is one of the best in the league. And yet there's just the miscues, the missed opportunities that have one team 2-1, the other team 0-3.
Giants losing on a last-second field goal each of the last 2 weeks. 2nd down and 9. Jones complete. It's the tight end, Evan Engram, who returned last week. His first action of the season against Atlanta. Across midfield, 3rd down and 2.
Evan Engram trying to knock off that rush. He's very similar to Juwan Johnson on the other side. Very good in pass routes, very good pass-catching tight end, and he's a matchup problem for safeties. Malcolm Jenkins over there on the tackle, but that's an issue if they're going to continue one-on-one with Evan Engram. Well, there we go. The crowd is starting to get into it, Kenny.
3rd down and 2. Jones fires, complete for a 1st down. It's Kenny Golladay quieting the crowd once again.
That was a nice job by Kenny Golladay. He just sat in the zone. The best thing he did was he stuck his arms out. And you're saying, well, what is he doing that for? It's a game of inches. The reason he sat in his zone, stuck his arms out, because he knew he was going to take the hit. Get the ball, reception, drop down, get the 1st down.
We got the 6s away. 56. Lady, what's that?
From the Saints 40, off the fake to Barkley. Jones near side, wide open. It's Golladay for another Giants 1st down. Sarah.
Kenny Golladay told me this week that without Darius Slayton, without Sterling Shepard, he doesn't look at it like there's more pressure on him to perform. He said he just answers when his number is called and he wants to leave his mark on the game any way he can. He did tell me that they have to do a better job locking in on the details and playing smart, because he said a lot of what they're doing is self-inflicted. He said especially in the red zone, Kenny.
Thanks, Sarah. New set of downs for the Giants. Jones near side. Kyle Rudolph makes the catch. The longtime Viking. Rudolph caught the game-winning touchdown in that playoff game here to defeat the Saints back in January of 2020.
The Giants right now are running a really good job of 2 guys through the zone. There's first John Ross, the speedster. They have to respect that. So Rudolph comes in right behind him and just sits in the zone. And Daniel Jones recognizes it. He says, if the corner is going to go and respect Ross, I'm going to have that open guy in Kyle Rudolph.
1st and goal. Barkley. Down to the New Orleans 2.
This is the red zone where Sarah was talking about. This is where they have to score. They're 2nd worst in the NFL. And the reason they haven't scored is because they haven't executed well. They've had the miscues, penalties, sacks. Now it's a matter of just run your offense. You've been doing a really good job bringing that 2nd guy through the zone. Run your offense the same way.
9 red zone possessions for the Giants. Only 3 touchdowns. 3 tight ends on the field. On 2nd and goal, they get the ball into the hands of Evan Engram, and he loses yardage.
That's a horrible play call. Evan Engram is not the speedster you want to run a fly sweep with. You do that with John Ross. You do that with Tony. That's a tight end. Your tight end should be flexed out against Malcolm Jenkins one-on-one and a fade route. That's where you want them. Instead, you're looking at a 3rd and goal.
Now Ross and Tony back on the field on 3rd down.
Yeah.
What do you look for here?
Well, I see Kyle Rudolph matched up at the bottom. This is a good matchup, big on small.
3rd and goal.
There it is.
There it is, and it's broken up by Marshon Lattimore. Jones looking for Rudolph.
I should have also mentioned he's going against one of the best, if not the best, corners in the game. Marshon Lattimore just got paid, and this is why. Runs right underneath him, so where he lacks in size, he made up in speed. He purposely did not want to engage with Kyle Rudolph for that push-off. Instead, undercuts him and almost comes up with an interception.
So here's Graham Gano, missed from 35 earlier, ending his streak at 37 in a row. This 23-yard attempt, chip shot from the left hash, and Gano begins a new streak. So the Giants unable to reach the end zone. Their struggles continue in the red zone. Big play by Lattimore. Saints And for the first time since January 2020, a crowd this large at the Superdome. And, you know, we were talking to Jameis Winston the other day. It's his second season in New Orleans. He said, in other cities you walk around, you see Bears jerseys and 49ers jerseys and Giants jerseys. He told us here in New Orleans, you only see Saints jerseys.
This is truly a fan of the city. When we played, we felt like we were playing for the city. It wasn't just, fans of football. It was really about embracing the city, and Jameis Winston has done that.
Saints with a 4-point lead over the Giants. A look at the last New Orleans drive.
Jameis Winston with that big arm. He got time. He knew exactly where he was going, locked in. Taysom Hill caps it off by running over all of the Giants defense and then some. That's the difference in the game. They score in the red zone. Giants offense gets down there on a really nice drive. They don't score, and here we are. Sean Payton getting ready for a second series of this half.
They've scored touchdowns on their last two possessions. Callaway back on the field. He was shaken up earlier. Second down and 5 coming up. Carissa.
Kenny, Falcons up 17-13. Opening kickoff of the second half. DeAndre Carter, you guessed it, 101-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, his first in the league. Not bad. Atlanta is in the red zone, but Washington up 19-17 right now.
All right, thanks, Carissa. Both teams looking for their second win. Ty Montgomery gained 5 on first down. Saints lost Tony Jones Jr. earlier. Now on second and 5, it is Kamara. Kamara running into the arms of Danny Shelton. So it'll be third down and 2 for the Saints. Callaway with that huge play on the last drive, the 58-yard reception. That put Jameis Winston over 150 yards today. A season high. He had not reached 150 in the air over the first 3 games.
And talking to him, he could care less. Like, he is so happy that he's just on a good team, good guys, and it's not like the Bucs didn't have good guys, but understanding that pressure is off of him. All he wants is the W.
Look back to 2 years ago, he led the league over 5,000 passing yards, but also threw 30 interceptions. Third down and 2. Winston in trouble, chased by Dexter Lawrence. Now he throws and he finds Montgomery wide open. And he picks up a first down and more to the Giants' 45-yard line, a 22-yard catch and run.
And the defensive front, they're getting the pressure. It's a 4-man rush. You see Azeez Ojulari, he's pressing the pocket on Ryan Ramczyk. Dexter Lawrence almost gets there, and Jameis Winston eyes downfield the whole time, rips it in there to Ty Montgomery for the first down. You mentioned the 5,000 yards. I honestly believe, after talking with him, that he doesn't want that much pressure on him. Don't get me wrong, he's a competitor, he wants to win, but I think it was too much pressure for him.
Fake toss. Winston has completed 10 in a row. Looking to make it 11. He does. Touchdown. But there are 2 flags. Kenny Stills makes the catch, but it's coming back.
Holding. Offense. Number 82. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Adam Troutman, the tight end, flagged for the hold.
Adam Troutman is on the edge. He's going against the best defender for the Giants in Leonard Williams. As Leonard Williams, he's converting from run to pass, gets off him, and oh yeah, almost like a wrestling move to take him down.
He's ready for Friday Night SmackDown.
Yeah, he is ready for Friday Night SmackDown.
64.
We've talked about the miscues and opportunities for the Giants. That's one for the Saints. There's only so many times you can run that type of play because the safeties now are aware of it, and they're going to back up even more. 2 times they've been burnt over the top. They're going to stay backed up now.
Taysom Hill back in, takes the snap on first down and 20. Hill going deep. Looking for Deontay Harris. It's intercepted by James Bradbury.
Just said it, Kenny. They're going to sit back now. You did it the first time. You do it the second time, can't do it a third time. Nice interception by James Bradberry. And we got James Bradberry. He's up top. And the difference between Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill is that big arm. And this is why Jameis Winston got the nod over James Bradberry, because right when he gets turned around, that's when you throw the football and you lead Deontay Harris into the end zone. Instead, it's poorly thrown. It's badly underthrown. James Bradberry able to make up that time and that distance and gets the interception. Giants needed that. They were almost reeling with another big play. Instead, got the holding, got the interception, and the offense for the Giants really had a good drive prior. They just couldn't put the 7 points on the board.
So now the Giants start from their 12-yard line following the takeaway by their defense. Jones underneath. Nice catch made by Evan Ingram. Ingram out to the 20-yard line for a gain of 8.
Yep, that's where Evan Ingram is best. He's really good in man coverage against the linebackers. He's a mismatch for them. They've been waiting for him to get healthy. Now you have this combo of Evan Ingram and Kyle Rudolph. You really got to be careful of the Saints defense right now. This is a pivotal moment in the game.
Both tight ends on the field here. Second down and 2. Barkley close to a first down. And he did, in fact, pick it up. So the Giants move the chains. Now out at the 22-yard line.
I'm watching the Saints defense to see if they start going more man, and yes, they are. That's Marshawn Lattimore. He's going across, picking up man coverage, and that's because the Giants have been running that second guy through the zone, getting big chunk plays out of it.
Now this from Geico. Sean Payton challenging the spot. Barkley was awarded the first down. Brad Rogers taking a look.
Barkley has to get to the 22. His knee was not necessarily down yet.
Hard to see where the ball is.
Yeah, it's Cam Jordan is making a tackle and he kind of falls on top of Cam.
Looks like he picked it up from that angle.
He picked it up. Yeah, there's nothing definitive that says he didn't pick it up, so I wouldn't know. I don't see how they would overturn the spot.
All right, we bring in Mike Pereira. Mike, what did you see?
You know, I agree with you. It's a close spot. We look at it here. We think the Barkley's on the body of a defender, and usually these so seldom get overturned unless you have a clear look in open field where you can see what's down. But if you watch here, that shin doesn't really get down there, so I don't see that there's anything that they can overturn the ruling. I think it stays as a first down.
All right, thanks, Mike.
Yeah,
if it was not ruled a first down, it would have been 3rd and inches.
Yeah,
but Sean Payton elects to throw the flag.
I understand why Sean did that. He wanted the 3rd and inches backed up in their own territory. You get the crowd back into it, whether they convert or not.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. New Orleans is charged first time out of the half. They're also charged to challenge.
So the Giants pick up the first down. Sean Payton loses the challenge, loses a timeout.
Yeah, but whether they would convert the 3rd down or not, had the challenge been overturned, it gets this crowd back into it. Right now, you don't hear much from them. Joe Judge has, on the road, has the Saints where they want him. Yeah, he's down 4 points, but he's got the crowd out of it. They're able to make all their checks offensively. Offense is in sync.
1st and 10 from the 22. Kyle Rudolph. And to your point, Jonathan, Joe Judge sent a message to his team all week long about the environment, the noise here in the Dome. He mentioned to us that opposing teams jump offside all the time. He referenced in meetings with his team that first game after Hurricane Katrina back in 2006 and how emotional it was for the Saints and their fans.
Yeah, and the Falcons had no chance that game. You could hear the electricity from TV, and right now, you can hear all the checks that Daniel Jones is making. Crowd is not into it.
2nd down and 6. Up the middle, Barkley. 3rd down and 2 coming up, but first a game break. Carissa.
Thank you so much. Cowboys trailing 14-13. Dak Prescott waits, finds Amari Cooper. 35-yard score. Dak's second of the day. Cowboys leading this one 20-14. Kenny?
Thanks very much, Carissa. Look at the standings in the NFC East. Giants looking for their first win. Washington trailing Atlanta. Eagles trailing Kansas City by 5. 3rd down and 2. Jones fires over the middle. Ingram unable to make the catch.
That was a difficult, it would have been a very acrobatic catch for Evan Ingram, but this is only a 3-man rush, and their rookie Peyton Turner gets in there, gets a little pressure, forces that quick throw by Daniel Jones.
Dixon punting from his 20-yard line, angling it away from Deontay Harris. Takes a Saints bounce. Late 3rd quarter from the Dome. Missed opportunity for the Giants. Doctors are diagnosing later stage cancers which could have been detected sooner. Don't wait. Remind a loved one, talk to your doctor about getting screened. It takes all of us to intercept cancer. Visit NFL.com/crucial catch to learn more. Kenny Albert, Jonathan Vilma, Sarah Walsh in New Orleans. Late 3rd quarter, Saints leading the Giants by 4. New Orleans scoring a touchdown on their last possession in the first half. First possession
Yellow 20.
of the second half.
Yellow 20. Check. Ready. Blue wave is up.
Off the fake to Kamara. Catch is made by Taysom Hill, who threw an interception on the Saints' last play from scrimmage. Hill picks up a New Orleans first down, gain of 15.
And there's Taysom Hill on the touchdown, running through, over, around that Giants defense, and this is a bad Taysom. Late and underthrowing on that interception. And you can see the frustration there, but he is as good as advertised for anyone that's looking to be just an all-around football player. He can do it all. Sean Payton uses him very well.
Here's Kamara to the Giants 44.
It's been a pretty quiet day for Kamara. We know he's the workhorse, and we know that they're going to really target, the defense is going to target everything around him. It revolves around him. But I would expect Sean Payton to be a little more creative with Kamara, get him out in space and kind of do what he's doing now. You know, he has him down here, ready to go in motion.
Winston to the sidelines. Hill takes the snap.
Yep.
Hill up the middle for a Saints first down.
You lose Tony Jones Jr., and this is now your power back, so to speak. Nice. They call this the power O. You pull a guard. He goes up in through the hole. Taysom Hill follows right behind, and that's a big man. He's about 235 pounds running downhill at you.
As a defensive player, how do you switch gears so quickly when you see Winston exit and Hill come out onto the field?
You know, you usually have built-in calls, and I would have seen Taysom Hill come in and then revert to one of my 3 calls. Maybe that's what the Giants do, but we would have done that against a Wildcat defense.
From the 38 on first down, it's Kamara. Kamara inside the Giants 30, and then Ryan finally brings him down at the 29-yard line. A gain of 9 for Kamara.
They're pulling Andrews Pete. He gets the block on Reggie Ragland, And then now Kamara trying to punish those corners. That's the way you do it. Make them not want to tackle anymore. And Adoree Jackson's still down.
Jackson with the big opportunity in the end zone, a near pick last week, which probably would have sealed the game. But the Atlanta Falcons would win it with no time left on the clock. Giants trailing by 4 late third quarter today. Adoree Jackson shaken up on the last play, replaced by Rodarius Williams. Second down and 1.
Saints bringing the big package, have the fullback Alex Armah in the game.
And the give is to Armah, the former Carolina Panther, as a Saints first down.
Yeah.
Clock winding down in the third quarter. Tied at 7 at the half. Taysom Hill with a spectacular touchdown run to give the Saints the lead.
And now the Saints bring back their speedsters. Marquez Callaway, Deontay Harris are both at the top of the screen.
Saints have spent a lot of time in Giants territory.
Right up there.
Blue Wave is up.
On first down, it's Kamara running hard. Inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Finally tackled by Julian Love as the third quarter comes to an end. Heading through 5 touchdown passes and a big victory for Newman High School on Friday night. Adding to his totals.
Is he going to be the greatest Manning?
What do you think?
I'll just say, yeah, why not, right? Stir the pot. Why not?
Cooper's son, Arch.
Yep.
Junior in high school. His uncle Eli, future Hall of Famer, never won in the Dome in his hometown.
Yes.
0-3.
I was a part of that. Yes. Makes me feel good, Kenny. I appreciate that.
Blue Wave is up.
Sorry, Eli. We begin the fourth quarter. False start.
False start. Offense. Number 45. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
In fact, the Giants haven't won here since 1993. But they're right in this game, trailing by 4.
No, just keep going. Keep giving more stats, making me feel good. I like it. What else you got? What else you got for me, Kenny?
I know you have a couple on the Saints' success during the month of October.
Oh.
Ready. Blue Wave is up.
Second down and 6. Here's Kamara. Pushing the pile down to the 19-yard line of the Giants.
Oh, I wasn't part of this one, but I like it, though. 15 straight wins for the Saints in October. That's a credit to the guy you're looking at, Sean Payton, of how he prepares a team physically and mentally. And this is the complete opposite of what you want. With Joe Judge, 2-14 since 2017.
Third down and 2. Hill complete for a first down. Adam Troutman makes the catch to move the chains.
So I chuckle a little bit from watching film. That same play Jameis has run a couple times against Carolina, against the Patriots, and he got sacked every time. So they go and they put Taysom Hill to run the exact same play so they can get that first down, keep the chains moving in the red zone. And I think both of them are still in, so we'll see what happens if they're going to run any gadget plays with Taysom now that they're in the red zone.
Hill slot to the left. Winston under center. Hands it off to Kamara. Tay Crowder brings him down at the Giants' 12-yard line. Kamara now over 90 yards on the ground today. Has not been targeted as a receiver.
Yeah, I would want to say it's a combination of both. The defense recognizing how talented he is, not just in the running game, but in the passing game as well. And then Sean Payton saying, fine, I'm not going to force the issue. And Jameis, you better not do it either. Let's just go ahead and get the ball to everyone else.
Blue Wave
10th play of the drive. 2nd down and 6. It's Hill. Hill looks to be shy of a first down. Julian Love came up to make the play.
This is where Sean loves to run that Taysom Hill QB power O. In response to that, Patrick Graham gets aggressive on these 3rd and shorts in the red zone. Tighter man coverage, tighter space. So this will be a good chess match between the 2 coordinators. Or excuse me, 1 coordinator, 1 head coach. Yep, there goes Taysom Hill.
Hill will take the snap. 3rd down and 1. Hill will keep it. Hill, first down, touchdown.
One thing I know about Sean, if you don't stop a play, he's going to run it down your throat until you do. This is the exact same play that they ran for a touchdown before, where Taysom ran over all the Giants defense. This time, the Giants just said, no mas. We're going to open up the lane. I don't want that contact, and let him run right down the middle of the defense for a touchdown. And you see a little smirk on Sean's face because he knows you're not going to stop it. I'm going to keep calling it.
The extra point is good. 2nd rushing touchdown today. Taysom Hill into the end zone. Saints lead by 11. Taysom Hill did not beat out Jameis Winston for the job as starting quarterback here in New Orleans, but he has been a major factor today.
He's been that impact player that you take away one guy in Alvin Kamara, Taysom Hill is going to give it to you, and you've seen what he's done. Very strong, very explosive. And I'm just really impressed with the game plan overall and the unselfishness of the players.
Saints have scored touchdowns on 3 of their last 4 possessions.
And Garrett Griffin's going to come across. They're going to run this quarterback power O. Andrews Pete is going to pull. And just watch the push that they get up there. Block everybody out. And it's an open lane for Taysom Hill one-on-one with Adoree Jackson. That's not fair to Adoree Jackson. Where are the linebackers? Where are the defensive linemen? That's why I said it was Ole. Just open the gates and go ahead and run right through for the touchdown.
Crowd fired up once again here in the Dome. Giants offense back out on the field, trailing by 11. From the 25-yard line, off the play fake. Jones' pass is caught by Barkley. Gains 5 out to the 30.
Yeah, the quickest way for the Giants to, 1, get back into it, 2, silence this crowd, is to start getting some more chunk plays. They did a really good job getting that, as I mentioned earlier, the 2nd guy through the zone. Give Daniel Jones the time to sit there and make the right reads. And really, we should talk about the offensive line. They've done a good job giving him protection.
Booker replaces Barkley in the backfield. 2nd down and 5. Off the fake to Booker. Kadarius Toney picks up a first down and still going. Toney across midfield. Finally down at the Saints 49, a 21-yard catch and run.
Yeah, they're starting to attack Paulson Adebo. He's good, but he's a rookie. And wow, you saw how quick that move was? That was lightning quick by Kadarius Toney, and stays on his feet. He makes them all miss. He doesn't score, but wow, he's a handful.
4 catches, 62 yards for Toney. And now looking to throw, it's Toney. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage and then gains a yard.
Smart, smart, smart. Watch the secondary for the Saints. They try to run this trick play. Malcolm Jenkins, Marcus Williams, they are too smart, and everybody is covered. Everybody covered. And you could say smart on both sides. Secondary staying home, and Toney not trying to force a throw for an errant play.
Second down and 9 as we approach 10 minutes remaining. Off the fake to Barkley, off the hands of Tony.
Wow, he wishes he had that back. They had the right call for that defense. And, I mean, no one's even coming to hit him. He was about to run for a long way, especially as fast as he is. And you see him, he's just, he wants that one back. Brings up a 3rd and long. You know, C.J. Board, Kenny Galladay has really been the guy for Daniel Jones as this crowd is getting into it.
Third down and 9.
Galladay at the bottom.
Jones on 3rd down. To the outside, it's Ingram, but not nearly enough. Malcolm Jenkins wraps him up. Giants will punt it away.
Sitting back in the zone. Evan Ingram, this is called a check release. And it works if you don't have a safety or a linebacker as good at tackling safety and linebackers as the Saints do. Malcolm Jenkins does a good job sitting back in his zone, comes up and makes a tackle, forcing a 4th down.
Harris back deep. Fair catch. 16-yard line. Saints go back to work, leading the Giants by 11. In 2006, following Hurricane Katrina, and now 15 years later, first game back at home following Hurricane Ida. Saints fans excited to be back in the Dome, and their team trailed 7-0. Tied the game late in the second quarter, now up by 11.
Right. Ready! Hey, 55 is the mic. Ready! Blue wave is up!
From the 17-yard line on 1st down, it's Kamara. Gain of 7 out to the 24. Still going. Ball comes loose. And it looks like he was ruled down at the 24-yard line before the ball popped out.
Knee down, elbow down. Clearly still had control of it. Comes out afterwards. Here we go. 2nd down, Kenny.
Knee down right there. 2nd down and 3. It's Kamara once again. Time for a game break. Kurt.
Well, if things hold up right now, at the end of the day, every team in the NFC South could be 500 or better. That's because Matt Ryan has thrown 4 touchdown passes for the Falcons. This would credit Mike Davis for fighting his way into the end zone, and they lead Washington 30-22, though still plenty of time. They have to go in the 4th quarter. Kenny, Jonathan, and Sarah.
All right, thanks very much, Kurt. So a big day for Matt Ryan. His Falcons squeaked by the Giants last week. Carolina 3-0, trailing Dallas. Tampa Bay and New England tonight, if you haven't heard.
The Falcons gained some confidence, beating the Giants last week, and it was a good performance. Defensively, they played well. Offensively, they were coming alive.
Timeout taken by the Saints, their second. There's Taysom Hill, who's run for a couple of touchdowns today.
Of course, Alvin Kamara.
Kamara over 100 yards on the ground. NFC West matchup this Thursday night. Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. Matthew Stafford and the Rams. Thursday, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific on Fox, NFL Network, and streaming on Prime Video.
Well, we had the pleasure of calling both of those games against the Colts. Seahawks to open the season. The next week were the Rams, and man, they are as good as advertised offensively. Matthew Stafford, so happy for him and what he's able to do now.
2 fun teams to watch. Here's Hill on 3rd down and 2, and he will not get there. Forced back by Azeez Ojulari, the rookie out of Georgia. You talked about him earlier. Had a sack in each of the first 3 games, and he stops Taysom Hill in his tracks.
Nice defense. That's where you come alive defensively. He's running down the line, and not just him. He had help for Lorenzo Carter. They stuff up that front. Good job of defense for the Giants.
Saints had converted on 7 straight third down opportunities. New Orleans 3 and out for the first time. Punt fielded at the 20 by C.J. Board. Board.
Uh-oh, Kenny.
Out to the 45. Out of bounds at the 48-yard line. Some life for the Giants. Excellent field position with 7 minutes remaining. Trailing by 11. What do you need to see from the New York offense here?
For the offense, they need to continue getting those chunk plays, and the way they did it was running one guy through, and then the second guy was a chunk player that they were going to hit. From there, that's when they take the shot afterwards. If you see that defense creep up for the Saints, trying to play some man and get tighter coverage, you take a shot over the top with a Ross or a Tony, your speedsters.
Ross had the 51-yard reception earlier. Ball knocked away before he crossed the plane. And then he recovered in the end zone. But the Saints since then have outscored the Giants 21-3. Jones on first down, wide open, it's Barkley. And Saquon Barkley will take it into the end zone for a Giants touchdown, 54 yards.
This is absolutely beautiful. Watch Evan Ingram goes outside, and that takes the eyes of Marshawn Lattimore. And that little bit is all Daniel Jones needed to get Saquon Barkley down the seam for that touchdown. Remember I said they're mirror imaging as far as the personnel that they have. Saquon Barkley, very similar to Alvin Kamara. And you saw how electric Saquon Barkley can be.
Giants down 5, going for 2. Jones looking to run it in. He does. Giants convert. It's a 3-point game in New Orleans.
Yeah, credit that offensive line. They've done a good job all game, giving him time to throw the football. And then on this one, they bowled over that defensive front for the Saints. But that touchdown was absolutely beautiful. Froze Marshawn Lattimore, and out the gate, Saquon Barkley. And look at him, man, you're not going to catch him. That's a touchdown, baby.
Now, don't forget the big play by the Giants defense. Ojulari and Lorenzo Carter stopping Taysom Hill on third down, forcing the punt.
That's right. That's the identity of the Giants. Play really good defense, then score offensively. And look at the offensive linemen. They are pancaking guys in the end zone. So you tell me they don't want it. They are going hard for this Giants offense.
So you had the great defensive play, then the 26-yard punt return by C.J. Board. So all 3 phases contributing. Giants defense, special teams, and then Jones to Barkley.
And that's how good they can be. Right? They're 0-3, and you're saying, oh, this is just a bad team. No, in spurts, yes, they're a bad team. Overall, they can play really, really good football.
So with just under 7 minutes remaining, Saints lead has been cut to 3 as Harris elected to take it out.
I don't know about that.
And he will be tackled at the 13-yard line by Gary Brightwell. A look at what Saquon Barkley has done today here at the Caesars Superdome.
I love the power running inside, no dancing, because he is already gifted athletically to get outside. Reminds me of LaShawn McCoy, where he could go inside and then boop, boop, just bounce outside on you. Made it very difficult on the linebackers because he was so elusive. And then, of course, that touchdown play, that pass, he looked just like a wide receiver. Now, all of a sudden, Giants, you're saying, oh, they got some talent around here. They're not too bad. See the production, right? It's getting better and better. Give him more touches.
Check.
About to see the Saquon Barkley of old. Giants fans should be happy about that.
Now the Saints go to work offensively. Kamara out to the 16, a gain of 3. How about the Giants' 2 touchdown drives today, Jonathan? 1 play, 52 yards. 1 play, 54 yards.
That is explosive as they come. It doesn't get any more explosive than that. Burn him over the top with Ross. Burn him over the top with Barkley. And this is what the fans asked for, right? Oh, Garrett, throw the ball downfield, throw the ball downfield. There you go.
We've seen the two big plays.
And the fans do sound like that, too.
Yes.
That's how they sound.
You've been listening to Too Much Sports Talk Radio. Catch made out at the 31 by Callaway for a Saints first down.
I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't.
Right. How about Jameis Winston? 12 straight completions.
Jameis Winston has also had time. Look at how clean that pocket was for him. Marquez Callaway sits in the zone. Easy throw and catch. It looks like 7-on-7. You got no pressure. Stand tall in the pocket. Boom, deliver a strike.
Down to 5.5 remaining. New set of downs for the Saints. This is Ty Montgomery. Montgomery gains a yard, 2nd down and 9.
You know, the best thing the Saints did offensively with that first down was start to eat up more clock and get themselves out of being backed up. You know, it's not always about, look, I got to get a touchdown, get a good touchdown. You're already winning. You're up 3 points. 5 minutes left in the game. Now it's about eating the clock, getting first downs. You don't need the home run play.
And while the Giants' last 2 games have gone right down to the wire, first 3 games for the Saints all decided by 15 or more points. So they're involved in a close one for the first time in the 4th quarter. Here's Kamara, found a hole and spins out to the 42-yard line for another Saints first down.
Look at the patience, the feet. I swear he does not get enough credit for how tough he runs in between the tackles. We always show the highlights of him out on the perimeter and he's getting these big gains and stuff, but he's not scared of anything, man. He goes in there north and south, and for backers, you know, that's tough because you can't bounce with them. You have to be patient and try to read it as he does to make the tackle.
Ready? Me.
Giants have all 3 of their timeouts.
The wave is up.
As we approach 4 minutes on the clock, here's Kamara. Not much. Second and 9 coming up. Saints going up against the Giants defense without Jabril Peppers, suffered a hamstring injury. He has not returned.
That's a loss for Patrick Graham in the defense because he's able to be up in the box. They like to use him as that tackling safety. He can also cover. He has a really good skill set, very explosive as a safety. So now they're going to have to start subbing in different guys for those positions that he played.
With the play clock winding down.
Play a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
2nd and 9 becomes 2nd down and 14.
Yeah, I'm all for going slow and bleeding the clock. That was a little too slow. Jameis didn't have a chance. By the time they got lined up, there was only 3 seconds. This is interesting. Defensively, if I'm the Giants, you know, you're in this in-between where do you blitz and force the issue or do you stay back because it's 2nd and long?
And that penalty also stopped the clock, so that helps the Giants.
Yep. Looks like the Giants are going to blitz.
2nd and 14. Winston under pressure, throws it away.
Let me tell you how the Giants got really, really lucky that they got the pressure because Adam Trautman leaked out and there was no one covering him. But Lorenzo Carter going on the spin move and more. That was almost a jailbreak to the quarterback.
And that ends Winston's streak, tied his career high, 12 straight completions.
Yeah.
That delay of game penalty was huge. It forced the Saints back to a 2nd and 14. It stopped the clock. Now the incomplete pass, and if the Giants can stop the Saints here, they will get the ball back.
Yeah, I'd be shocked, and I'm watching all of the secondary. They're back here now because there's no way that you allow for a big completion.
Winston swings it out. This is Harris. Tackled at the 46-yard line. It's a 4th down and 6. The Giants call timeout there first. Stop the clock with 3:06 remaining. Giants looking for their first win. The New York Jets lead Tennessee in the fourth quarter by 7. Lions trail the Bears. Indianapolis with a big lead over Miami. Jacksonville lost on Thursday night. So the Giants defense helped out by that delay of game penalty, stopping the Saints, and New York will get the ball back, trailing by 3. Gillikin punting from his 35. Fielded at the 11. Fair catch called for by C.J. Board. So the Giants offense back out onto the field. 3:01 remaining and 2 timeouts.
You know, there's a lot to be said about Daniel Jones, Jason Garrett. They're really starting to have this bond because this is a really good Saints defense. And I'm watching them get picked apart by different play action sets, perimeter sets, using different guys on the outside. And it's not like they're going against some JV team. Marshawn Lattimore is one of the best in the game. Now, Paulson Adebo is a very, very good rookie. Malcolm Jenkins, he's got 2 Super Bowls under his belt. He's a very good safety. So who they're going against, the competition is really good. And kudos to that Giants offense and performing right now.
Giants start from their 11. Empty backfield on first down. Barkley split out wide to the left. Jones throws over the middle, and the catch is made by Evan Ingram for a gain of 8.
Yeah, notice they put Pete Warner. He's more the covering linebacker as opposed to Caden Ellis or Zach Bond, and that's because Evan Ingram is such a problem in the passing game. Now Evan Ingram goes out. They put their burners, the Giants burners, down at the bottom. All the receivers are down at the bottom here.
Second down and 2. 2.5 on the clock. Jones to the outside for Tony. Tony makes a move and picks up a Giants first down.
Ooh, so sudden, so explosive. Defensively, guys like that, if you can, as much as possible, you need someone in his face so that he has to stop and stutter before he gets into his route because he is so explosive.
5 receptions today, had 4 over the first 3 weeks. Clock will hit 2 minutes. 3-point game. Taysom Hill with a couple of touchdowns. Can Daniel Jones lead the Giants down the field? Attempt back in the second quarter,
and
ending hit streak.
Jinxed them, Kenny. Let's not forget that.
Still blaming me, huh?
Yes.
Will he have another opportunity? Giants have 2 timeouts. First and 10, 25-yard line. Jones looking for Golladay.
Great coverage. Paulson Adebo, talked about him being a rookie, very smart from Stanford. And watch how he plays this. This is called press bail. He looks like he's going to press, instead bails out, able to keep his eyes on the quarterback in the throw the whole time. Great coverage.
Second and 10. Jones on second down, complete for a first down. It's Tony who's had a big day. That's his 6th catch. Gain of 11.
Tony was in the slot going against Gardner Johnson, and notice that Malcolm Jenkins wastes no time. As soon as he even looks like he's getting thrown that way, he's breaking up to help out his secondary.
From the 35 on first down, Jones to the near side, caught by Evan Ingram. Ball spotted at the 38-yard line, a gain of 3.
And still with 2 timeouts. They're doing a muddle huddle. They don't have to go too fast just yet.
Looking to at least get into field goal position. Second down and 7. Jones under pressure, throws this one away.
That's a nice stunt, defensive stunt by Cameron Jordan and Malcolm Roach. Roach is going to come all the way looping around. And you see, notice how he just waits. And he had to wait for Cameron Jordan to basically sniff out Daniel Jones and get him to the outside, create that pressure and create this third down.
Third down and 7. Jones pass caught. Golladay first down, still going. Inside the 40 to the 35. Huge play on third down from Daniel Jones to Kenny Golladay for a gain of 28.
And this time, Kenny Golladay wins the battle against Adebo, and Malcolm Jenkins has to make that tackle. Misses a tackle, runs for another 15, 20 yards. Man, these playmakers are stepping up for the Giants. Whew. Can you imagine they're doing this without Sterling Shepard, without Darius Slayton? They asked the guys to step up, and that's Joe Judge's motto, right? Next man up, let's keep going. And boy, they stepped up. They're playing really well. Right there, that's the tackle that needs to be made. Malcolm Jenkins has to make that tackle. Great hustle and effort by DeMario Marcus Williams, but Kenny Golladay, he's coming up big for the Giants today.
Giants use their second timeout. If they do not gain another yard, this would be a 52-yard attempt. Still 48 seconds on the clock. From the Saints 34, Jones swings it out too far for Barkley.
They had the right play. They purposely lined up Colin Johnson, number 15, in a tight split. Demario Davis had to go over the top. Just not a good throw by Daniel Jones.
Second and 10, 45 seconds.
Yeah, I see the Saints wanting to stay out of the blitz. They don't want man-to-man with no help on number 89 or number 19. They need to help out those DBs.
89, Tony, slot to the left.
They didn't blow the whistle. They didn't blow the whistle. It's still going.
So the Saints, Marcus Williams, and now the whistle blows.
There we go. I mean, at that point, just let it go. Why blow the whistle?
Rolling on the field is an incomplete pass. The game clock is good at 42 seconds.
Rolling on the field, incomplete pass. One more look.
Cameron Jordan, another defensive line stunt. Yeah, it's definitely an incompletion.
Yeah, no question about it.
Yeah. Just surprised it took them so long to blow the whistle.
Third down and 10.
Here we go. Crowd's into it.
It's Barkley on third down. Takes it to the 30-yard line. Graham Gano had the streak of 37 consecutive field goals. Missed from 35 wide to the left back in the second quarter. This will be a 48-yard attempt.
I'm not going to let you jinx him this time. I'm just going to stay quiet. I'm not even going to ask, Eddie. Not even going to ask.
He has a new streak, one in a row. State Farm postgame is coming up.
Jinxed him again. He just jinxed him again.
Riley Dixon will place it down at the right hash. Gano from 48 for the tie. His kick is good. So the Giants, who trailed by 11 earlier in this fourth quarter, have come back. They have tied the game at 21.
Ice in his veins. Doesn't even remember the miss earlier. Right down the middle.
Still 31 seconds remaining. Sean Payton Saints had a 21-10 lead following Taysom Hill's second touchdown run of the game. Joe Judge told us his message has remained consistent. Keep on building, eliminate things that have shot us in the foot. Giants have cut down on the penalties, only 2 today. Still had some issues in the red zone, but they've battled back from 11 points down in the fourth quarter. Harris takes it out. Deontay Harris spinning across the 20. Ran into the arms of Julian Love. So the ball will be spotted at the 22-yard line, 23 seconds remaining. And the Saints out of timeouts.
You see, Jameis Winston, 11 career game-winning drives. No timeouts. Expect that he's going to throw to the sideline, out routes, 7 routes, which are basically 14 yards up, and throw it to the sideline.
Now the Saints lost 8 seconds off the clock when Harris decided to take it out. Would have had the ball at the 25 with 31 seconds remaining. He is an explosive return man, so he took the chance. And now Winston fires, looking for Harris, incomplete.
Yeah. They had that double cover, so it's actually a good throw by Jameis, not to try to force it into that tight window. 17 seconds. Look, it takes between 13 to 16 seconds if you're going to throw a ball inside, inbound. So now they're going to make sure they're going to cover outside, let you throw it inside because you won't have enough time to get lined up again to run another play.
Right, Saints out of timeouts. 2nd and 10. Winston hands it off. Out to the 27-yard line, it's Kamara as time winds down here at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. The Saints and the Giants headed to overtime. Coin toss coming up. Both teams have the opportunity to possess unless the initial possession results in a touchdown or a safety. 1 10-minute period. All replays initiated from the booth.
10 minutes. Each team will be given 2 timeouts. All replays will be taken care of upstairs with the replay official. Each team will have an opportunity to possess the ball unless there's an offensive touchdown or a defensive safety. If the game ends in a tie at the end of overtime, it will be recorded as a tie. You're our visiting team. You have the choice. This is tails. This is heads. Heads is the call. And it is heads.
We want that motherfucker, man.
That's why we tried to kick it. Kick it that way.
Well, in case you did not hear the reaction of Jabril Peppers, the Giants will get the ball first. Tied at 21. Overtime coming up. Overtime, Giants scored first. Saints then outscored the Giants 21-3. New York with 11 consecutive points to tie the game. Kenny Albert, Jonathan Vilma, Sarah Walsh from the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. Saints 2-1, Giants 0-3. Coming off back-to-back heartbreaking defeats, last-second field goals, but this afternoon they come back to force overtime.
It's been clean football. Defensively, they played well. Offensively, they stretched the field. They've really gotten this Saints defense on their heels to come back 11 points down, force to overtime.
Both Giants touchdowns, big plays. Daniel Jones, 51-yard completion to John Ross. Had the ball stripped just prior to crossing the goal line. He recovered the fumble in the end zone. And then Jones with a 54-yard catch and run. Saquon Barkley for the Giants' second score. both one-play drives.
Yes. Both very explosive, and in between the field goals that they got were from the Kadarius Toney, Kenny Galladay, those types of completions. You saw 334 yards for Daniel Jones. He has been really, really good today. Great command of this offense.
Both teams over 400 yards offensively. Giants can win the game with a touchdown. Jones to the outside. The catch is made at the 41-yard line for a first down by John Ross, gain of 16.
Yeah, John Ross is lined up against the rookie Paulson Adebo. You notice that Paulson, he keeps going now to this press bail. Looks like press and bails out, watches the quarterback as he throws the football. But John Ross is so sudden and so fast, he has to respect the speed.
First and 10 from the 42-yard line off the fake to Barkley. Jones out of bounds after a gain of 3.
Malcolm Jenkins, a savvy, long-time veteran safety. Started his career 09 with me, won a Super Bowl with the Saints, went to Philadelphia, won a Super Bowl there, and he's back trying to do it again.
Now in his 13th season. Second down and 8.
Tremendous leader.
Opening drive of overtime. Catch is made. It's Ross again in Saints territory. His third reception today, second in overtime for a Giants first down.
And this is new territory for the Saints defense, where I'm starting to say you need to help out Paulson Adebo. Not that he's struggling, it's that they're gaining, they have success on that side. That changes your whole defense when you have to start now calling a cover 2 or something to help out.
From the Saints 48, Jones rolling right, can't find anyone downfield, and then knocked out of bounds by Malcolm Jenkins. Giants looking for a flag. Judge right in the middle of the discussion.
The refs were right there watching it. Looked like he was still in bounds. If he's still in bounds, you are allowed to hit him. He was not defenseless. He was running the football. Malcolm Jenkins pulls the trigger and bam. Oh, pretty close, pretty close.
No flags.
Either way, second and long.
Second down and 9. Play clock winding down. From the Saints 47. Jones throws, it's complete. There is a flag on this play as the catch is made by Colin Johnson.
Nope.
Illegal substitution offense. Number 15 did not come in above the numbers when he came in on the last play. It's a 5-yard penalty, second down.
We talked about the clean football and then a penalty for the Giants. Takes them back out. Now you're looking at a second and very long in favor. This favors the defense. And this is where DA, he starts to mug that great linebacker Demario Davis, gets some pressure on Daniel Jones.
DA defensive coordinator Dennis Allen. Catch is made by Barkley, a huge play as the Giants pick up a first down on 2nd and 14. Barkley takes it inside the 35-yard line of the Saints, a gain of 18.
A beautiful play call. Dennis Allen, defensive coordinator, known for getting pressure on these second and longs. And what does Jason Garrett do? He sends out Saquon Barkley for the screenplay. No one there to defend it, and gets the first down.
Peyton Turner is the injured Saint, rookie out of Houston. With 7:11 remaining in overtime, a touchdown wins the game for the Giants. They won the toss at the start of OT. Career high 377 yards in the air for Daniel Jones.
really good job today. There's no way around it. Really good job. Really good play calling by Jason Garrett. There's Dennis Allen, defensive coordinator. You understand, backs up against the ropes. His corner, particularly Paulson Adebo, they've been working him a little bit. They got some speedsters on the outside. He's going to have to get a right play call.
From the 34-yard line on first down. Jones can't find anyone. Now he dumps it off to Barkley. And Barkley stays on his feet, then lost the football. And It's recovered by Kyle Rudolph. Back at the 35-yard line.
This is the first time the Saints go to cover 2. This is why Daniel Jones couldn't find anybody. And Saquon Barkley, man, we've talked so well about you. Don't do that. Trying to do way too much. Way too much. Spinning around, just get the yards and get down.
Wound up losing a yard on the play. Second down and 11. From the Saints 35, the handoff to Devontae Booker. And Booker gains 6. Down to the Saints 29-yard line.
That's a third and medium. If I'm the Saints, I pressure. I go right after him. I'm Jason Garrett. If I'm expecting the pressure, use that outlet in Saquon Barkley, or you go one-on-one with Kadarius Toney. He's the one that's had a lot of success in that slot. This is Toney in the slot right here. Had a lot of success with him on the third downs.
Third down and 5. Jones throws. Wide open is Golladay. Kenny Golladay makes the catch. First and goal for the Giants from the Saints 6-yard line.
This is a busted coverage, and Kenny Golladay, him and Kadarius Toney are going to go inside, and then look at the miscommunication from the rookie and Gardner Johnson, leaving Golladay wide open. And remember, Kenny, as you said, touchdown wins it. Touchdown wins it. Saints offense has no chance getting on the field.
23-yard pass play. First and goal from the New Orleans 6 as Barkley takes it to the goal line. He's in. Giants win in overtime. Saquon Barkley from 6 yards out. The New York Giants complete their comeback. Down 11 in the fourth quarter. And they defeat the Saints 27-21. Now all scoring plays are reviewed. They will have a look.
He's in. That's a touchdown. He's in. He's in. Runs through those arm tackles of Cam Jordan, Shai Tuttle. That's a defensive tackle. And look at the strength. Look at the strength of Saquon Barkley to make sure that he stretches that football over. The balance, nothing is down, and that ball is crossed the goal line. That is a touchdown.
After review, the ruling on